Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to Path of Exile, where we continue this magical journey with our ranger. He's magical too, don't say he isn't. We are now in the slave pens and we need to escape. We've been teleported over here by the device, so we'll have to be a bit more careful going forward. As you can see, some of these beasts are really tough. There we have it, few more beasts, few more, like why are they block attacks? Like I am trying to look at the top to realize like why they might be a bit tougher against my hits. Sometimes if you meet many tough enemies like that, you might want to see what they have. Like look at that. Some of them have the extra life. Extra life is definitely you know tougher to kill, no matter what kind of damage you might have, unless you scale damage up by a lot. And generally speaking, you can't really influence that early on by too much. Yeah, you can accept the fact that those guys might take more hits. But if you have constant problems, then you might need to invest in some extra damage. And really, for us at the moment, it feels like we're lacking some damage. Apparently the right way was through here, to the south of the map. So let's go quickly. The music is so good. Speaking about speaking about, like I wanted to talk about the lore of Path of Exile. Like I was watching, there are different types of podcasts, or multiple podcasts for Path of Exile, and I've been following recently a few of them. Like I just discovered when I got into Path of Exile again this league. Some are really good, some have really fun information, but there are a few podcasts, for example, from some of the people who have played it for a long time, and they really speak at a level where unless you know how to play Path of Exile, there's really no it's very difficult to understand. It's like I think the first time I heard it, like until I got used to it, because I did have some knowledge of Path of Exile, but until I got used to the way they were talking, it sounded like hearing some doctors talk about medicine without you having certain knowledge about medicine. And I mean, in this example, you need not to know medicine in order for the example to work, right? But it's that level of people speaking in their own language with their own terms, and you not really understanding or putting the information together. So yeah, there are a few podcasts of Path of Exile that are difficult to understand. So if you don't find the right one for you, don't give up. Try a few others out. But going from where I started from, with the Path of Exile lore, there is one recently. It's on the channel of Itzioji. Itzioji is someone who plays Path of Exile quite a bit. Is one of someone who creates builds and things like that. So you might want to check him out as well. And like he's making a podcast with a few other people. And I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago when it came out. I just listened to it today. And they have invited someone who plays Path of Exile and is quite knowledgeable or got into the lore of it all. And she talks about, like, they have a whole general discussion about the lore and how it fits into the game and things like that. But on her own channel, she made these videos where she tells the story or tells the lore of the different acts in Path of Exile. I would really recommend, if you are someone who's not patient to go into the lore, like for example, this playthrough was definitely not based on sitting with people and talking to them and things like that. And maybe the first time you play or the first few times you play, you won't want to get into the lore. Maybe you are someone who doesn't really have the patience to sit back and listen to the entire story and all the conversations, but still would like to know what's going on. Then yeah, go ahead and listen to her. There are not many, she even says this, or they even say this during the podcast, that there are not a lot of people who actually made lore from Path of Exile. So any source of information on that side, I believe it's good.
See you soon. See you soon.
To get you started at least.
Remember,
So yeah, check it out.
freedom comes to those who fight.
Let's see, lightning, fire. What do we need now? How are our... Well, we're capped on most of them. I don't know, let's just take fire and cold. See if it's better than this one. Or either, or... No, let's stay with fire and cold and see. Fire and cold. This ring, what does it bring us? 95 accuracy, 17 rarity, and 15 chaos resistance. Good, but the thing with chaos resistance is that you can't really make defense for it. It's a bit tougher than usual, but you don't meet enemies with chaos damage that often.
Tootles.
So let's see, travel to the control blocks. Okay. Same place and gain access to the temple courts. Okay, well, we'll
Can't see
go
why I'd want to do that here.
through here. We have a few rebels, so we help them escape now. Another level up, that's really nice. Let's see, where were we at? Here? Master Fletcher? Okay, just one more level until then. Looking forward to getting that extra damage. Another silver coin
I'm not up to
here.
that just yet.
Superior Grave Bow. 5 links. We're starting to get somewhere. 5 links. Or, well, 5 gem slots. It's 4 linked. Not sure. We're gonna try probably to fuse it. But we'll see. Maybe we're lucky and we'll get another bow with 5 links soon. Here we find Vilenta's Miasmer and kill the Juice Sticker. Hallowed Life Flask. Okay, that does seem to be better. The nice thing about having the abilities to travel around like this quickly is that, yeah, you can go like up and down the ledges. It's one of the main reasons why you need to keep one of these skills at all times with you. It's not mandatory, it's not even necessary, but I think as you play the game along, at some point you'll really want speed. Like, you'll go for speed 9 times out of 10. And so you'll always want to keep a skill at hand. The Ranger is one of the classes that has the most, like I think it has the most varied skills available in the way he moves. Okay, butcher's knife, a few great mallets. As you can see, we are getting plenty of items here. But I would really look for something more special.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Now, the main way to go, at this point we're just going through this game like normal. And as you can see, sometimes it can be pretty overwhelming with the amount of stuff that you have on hand. And I think what we'll do starting with the next episode is that I will show you, maybe with the next recording session, I will show you something that will make your life even easier. At first I thought that we might not go into it until the next series, but I think it's very important to show you this tip as early as possible. Maybe you've hanged on with me so far and tried the game yourself, and you're reaching a point where, just like this situation, there you see too many things on the map at once. Like, you have way too many items. It's very difficult to make a decision on whether these items are useful or not. And so I believe that it's probably time to show you how to make, or how to download, where to find a loot filter. Now, loot filters are pretty important. They're community made, so it's not something brought in by GGG, and they really help out by certain calculation to filter out what items you pick, what is important and what not. There are many different filters out there, and there's also a possibility to make your own. Now, it takes a bit of work to do that, but it can pay off in the long run, especially as you'll be using it probably multiple times based on what you like to do. Now let's see. Okay, we found experimental supplies, the mias meter. Okay, and now we need to find the Justicar. Some bone armor. This is not yet for us. Though I was thinking about going with maybe evasion and a bit of energy shield. Not sure how good that will be, but having the two types of defenses on top of each other might be good. Okay, so more enemies there. We have a few magical here. Let's see, can we shoot at them? Yes, we could. A colossal life flask, a jasper axe.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Okay, more magical. Sacred Life Flask. Feel Lamellar. Okay, nothing special. I am I'm still running a bit out of voice, so please excuse me if I am not gonna chat as much, as I try to conserve a bit of energy while still getting some action and some work done. Okay, we have plenty of enemies there as well, but I'm not gonna go back just yet. Let's see. Okay, we found the Justicar somewhere. Is it here? He is here. Let's put... As you can see, he has the flash on top, meaning he's blind, and I also put the curse on him. It's really nice to make him blind and make our enemies blind with the ballistas. Okay, I think we have everything that we needed.
That would only slow me down.
Oh, and I wanted to show you this. Like, if you take a look at this blade, it has a white gem slot. That means that in this gem slot, we can add absolutely any type of gem that we want. How useful this is? Well, it really depends on the item. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. At least you don't need to re-roll colors, which is great, especially later on. Okay, these items are not too special. This one, 100% recovery when low on life and 75% armor increase. Like, I do like the extra life, but this refills 1200 over 6 seconds. This 1900 over 8. We might re-roll some of these. Maybe we can even do it now. Do we have the right items on us? Only one. Okay, that didn't really give us anything special. Let's go back home. Let's turn in the quest. And see if we can make this flask into something that we could use. Immunity to bleeding, 40% increased recovery. I do like that. So we leave that in here. The damage is not that great. I have only one link. Let's see if this works. Unfortunately, it did not. I'm gonna throw it here. Maybe we'll try linking it again later on. For split arrow, we're just gonna use this gem here. And what else? I guess nothing else than just throw in all these. Maybe even keep collecting the gems. And yeah, that's about it. We'll sell these to you. If we check the merchant, maybe we'll find ourselves a 5-link bow or something. Nothing yet.
Remember, we do
We're
this
speaking
for
to
free.
her. She can give us a few potions. Onslaught, we said that it increases attack, speed and everything else. 100% increased evasion rating. This actually could be good. Let's take that.
We do this for freedom.
Immunity to curses. Okay, well, I could put it instead of one of these movement speeds. Get that increased evasion, 100% increased evasion. I think that could be very good defensively. I'm just gonna keep this Quicksilver Flask.
Farewell. Freedom comes to those who fight.
Okay, we got another skill point there. We can ask for a few more prophecies. You will destroy the false idols Kuduku and Kadaka. Okay. And with this point, if I'm checking the split arrow, we are now we've increased our average damage by 300 points. Let's put this into action. What do we use the Eye of Zeal to access the Templar Courts? Okay. Which is what? Back through here, I guess.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Okay, and there's a door there. Let's go outside. You will defeat 7 powerful undead. Use the eyes. Okay. As you can see, the rebellion, the slaves escaping the prisons, are now out on the streets and they're fighting. And unfortunately, there are civilians here as well.
Powerful soldiers of a forgotten time, reunite and march once again.
Okay, we've taken care of the undead. And we didn't even notice. The boots, spike point arrows, yeah, nothing necessary. Okay, let's take these. Nice. Sometimes it's very important to take care of the totem, like take it for yourself instead of leaving them to your enemies. That's just one of those hideouts, but I have already discovered it, so it's not going to give me anything.
My mana is gone.
It seems like that Oriat Enforcer has, when he has a certain shield, like when he has that aura around him, seems to be shielded, like that guy right there. Yeah, he is shielded from damage for a very short amount of time. A Sapphire Flask for cold damage, we don't need it. A Royal Bow. Let's pick it up, maybe it's going to be good. It's really nice to play with a ranger, shoot from afar, not getting in too many troubles. A giant life flask, we have better, we don't need more. Herald device, blind support, we're going to continue upgrading them. Let's go for another point here. What are we going for now? Once again, there are a few abilities here and there that would really help. As far as, like, look at see, increase maximum life and evasion rating. I'm thinking that maybe this increased attack speed we don't need anymore. So what I will do now is that I will take these points right here. Right, we'll go through here. Or maybe I can do it quicker if I go here and here. Like, actually let me explain what I want to do first. So I want to go with refund passives, and I want to disconnect these. Right? Because I don't think they're really that useful anymore for us. Like, we could push these 2, 4, 5 points somewhere else where it's more effective. But for that, I need to create another link. And I do want these, because that extra evasion rating and extra life, this adds up to quite a bit. More, at least, I feel more than the attack speed. So what I'm going to do to make it even quicker than that is that I'm going to take like these 2 links. I'll take this link first. Or maybe we can do everything now. Let me take 1 point from here. I'll apply it here. Now I can go back to refunds. And I will take all of these out. Then I can go here, apply them. And refund these 2 again. Now I can go for phase acrobatics, and we have 2 more points left. So that worked as an idea, and now we are even better at defending, right? We have more life and we have more defense. Attack speed, not that noticeable. So what are we going to push for next? That is the question. We could go for extra elemental resistances here. I would really like something for damage. Let's go for the bow. Like, we could go here. 20% physical damage with bows. We do use physical damage. This one gives, once again, physical damage. Area of effect. Here we have 24% increased damage with bows. 50% increased critical strike chance with bows, and critical strike multiplier, and increased damage with bow over time. I guess that for the moment I'm just gonna go this way. Let's take 2 points. I don't think I'm gonna go necessarily with this, with the increased critical strike chance just yet. Maybe we'll go this way. Like, with 2 points we'll get to lethality. And I think that's going to be good enough for us.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Found a temple. Let's go for the High Templar. Okay, we've taken good care of the enemies in this room. I don't know, so far I feel very happy with how the character turned out. Feels pretty strong, it feels like we're surviving some really good hits. And we're not overwhelmed just yet. Though the most challenging parts of this game are far from being close. So we'll have to see if this is going to keep being a strong character or if it's going to fail. Okay. far so good. Come on, give me something good. Give me a good bow to go forward with. Superior totemic mole, which is a mace. Now you might see me every once in a while where I just use all the potions, like from 1 to 5.
I'm not up to that just yet.
That is a bit of a habit from playing a different character. As I said, when I'm playing on my own, right now I am working with a melee build and I'm very dependent on the flask that I have on me. So every few seconds or so I use all my flasks in order to increase my critical strike chance. There is a potion that increases critical strike chance. I have something along this line as well that provides me with onslaught. There's a potion I think that provides me with armor. And so yeah, like there are characters that you'll be using the flask on a lot, and there are characters that won't require any kind of flask game, like advanced flask game, let's say. And advanced is a bit of it's a slightly bigger word than it needs to be. I guess it's more like intensive gameplay if you have to pay attention to the way you use your flask or things like that. And there are different types of build that do require it. Like
My mana is gone.
for example, one idea could be if you are a bit of a glass cannon, meaning you are putting most of your points into your damage, and so there's little left for defense. A situation where it's definitely that any kind of hit that you might take might really be the end of you. And so for that you need flasks. Let's see, this provides us with 100 life. This one will provide us with mana, some cold resistance, chaos resistance. Yeah, I don't think this is better. I do prefer the life there. And this is definitely not better than what we already have equipped. Let's find and take care of that High Templar. See a statue? Wanna see it? The Triumph of Innocence.
I'm not up to that just yet.
I guess I'll bring into this discussion again the podcast that you can find it on the channel with Itzioji. I'm just gonna say the name again because you might want to check it out. And really check out the lore. Like if you are slightly interested in the lore, go check out that podcast. Go check the person who was doing the lore videos, and yes, see what it's about, because if you're just gonna play Path of Exile and not, you know, if how should I put this? If you're playing Path of Exile for the mechanics, that is great, and I've been doing it for a long time as well. But if you have even the slightest kind of interest in what the lore might be, or the story, or even, I don't know, feel like in the mood to find out more about it, and you've been playing for a long time, like, go listen to it. It's worth understanding what's going on in this world. I really feel it's one of those slightly unique stories that you don't really see in games. For
My
me,
mana is gone.
as far as the lore goes, but it's in most games when I was younger especially, like, I would be very interested in the story for the first, I don't know, hours maybe, and then when I got more and more into the game and the action and everything else, I was less patient to sit down and listen to the story. And this applies to games like Diablo 2 as well, and to everything else. Like, I could tell you by heart what happens in the first chapters, but I really can't tell you a whole lot about what happens in the ending. Plenty of stuff. Hunter's Hood might be good. Here we're already at the 40-minute mark, but I want to finish this level before moving on. Let's take this increased critical strike chance and go fight. High Templar of Arius here. Put down the ballistas. Let's make sure we can dish out some damage again. His minions, I feel like most of the minions in this battle are made to help you fill up your flasks again, because that's what mostly they are. At least that's what they are for me all the time. Just a
I'm not up to that just yet.
chance to fill out my flasks and make sure I do not die in this battle. Oh, it's not done. Ooh, run away, run away. In a sense, God Emperor of Eternity.
My mana is gone.
We're running out of mana as well. Let's put down the ballistas once more. Bring out this Val blade. Let's run around. Make sure we don't get hit. Now for me... We have to go back in. We have to defeat him. For me, I think this might have been the first game where I've had this kind of multiple phase battles. Because the first time I've really played it was quite a while ago. I don't game like Dark Souls weren't around. Like there's the one with the God of War. Like I've seen those games, but I didn't have a console to play them, even though I would have liked to. So yeah, these kind of multiple phase boss battles were not really a thing for me. And
Innocence.
I was quite bad at it.
You and only you, I shall save.
Okay. And here we met Sid.
I am.
Yeah. You didn't think that this was over, did you? So now I'm just coming home.
For freedom.
I'm talking to her and we're gonna pick a jewel from, let's see, global increased physical damage with at least 40 strength in the radius. What these gems do is when you place them, like if we were to place them, let's see, where was a slot? A gem slot somewhere. Like here, there should be another one close by. Like this one, if you place them here, it creates a circle. And if they have these kind of points taken in those circle, like you invested in them, that's what it means with at least 40 strength in the radius and all that. We have this 18 increased damage with hits against shield enemies. We do have that kind of chilling damage with this. With 40 dexterity and radius, ice shot has 25 increased area of effect. We don't use ice shots. Frost blades, ethereal knives. We're not really using like frost bolts, magma orbs, lightning. I guess we're not really using any of them, to be honest. I'm just gonna pick this one, but I'm not sure we're gonna use it.
We do this for
Well,
freedom.
that's about it for this episode. We're going to come back in the next one and continue the journey into fighting that giant statue. For now, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.